Surfs up, dudes and dudettes, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is June 7, 2023. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Dude Chris!
Yeah, it's your guy. Pokemon Trigger, please.
Yeah.
And, dude, it's been a good week. I'll be real. I've only gotten one Sandy gas, but that's okay.
I mean, it's only been out for 2 days. It's
that's true. That is true.
But yeah, oh my goodness, another week. A slow amount of news, but some things to really be hyped about. Mm-hmm. From then on, of course, there's a lot of events going on now. The season just started 7 days ago, and now it's time for the first event to happen, which is the Water Festival, the Surfs of Dudes kind of event. So you were not expecting that, weren't you?
Nah.
Man, I love actually getting things done so that way Chris is actually happy,
Taking a surprise, man.
As always. But we're once again here to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. Don't forget that we are part of the Professor Network. Check us out, professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. And yeah, they keep the grind going just like everybody else. Keep trainers? That's how they say it? Yeah, that's pretty much how they say it. But yeah, so again, a interesting week exactly. It's been 1 week since we recorded the last podcast. We actually had to record last Wednesday because of being the last day of the season and the beginning of the season. So I'm actually kind of happy this season started for some reason. Not just because of how the events are going on, but even the vanilla seasonal spawns have actually been insane, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so. they ain't no joke, man.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna go ahead and recap that. We have some things to talk about GOFest. Some news and information came out. It's hard to navigate through the website, so we're gonna be using Pokemon Go Hub for all this information. There's a new style shop that we'll talk about. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. I think there's some glitches on that, and then some problems that Niantic is actually looking to solve. Surprisingly. ? We also have some updates on Project Zygar for the GBL. We're going to recap our GBL experience now that the new season has started. The Play Pokemon events is finishing up for the season, and that way Worlds is coming up. So that's actually something very excited to be about. But that being said, let's go ahead and recap our week. Shinies, Hundos, and of course the start of the season and the Water Festival. Chris, go.
Yo. I think it's been a pretty good week for Hundos for me. Not necessarily cool ones, but I think I got a few. Let me just double check. Yeah. Funny enough, I think I already talked about that one last week, but just in case, I got a Hundo Lucky Chimeco. I'm pretty sure I already talked about that though. This week, I can guarantee I got a new Hundo Roselia.
Oh, that's an
I already have that Hundo. Yeah, I was like,
I don't even know that spawn right now.
Yeah, it's definitely been spawning a lot more than it was before the event. So
okay.
I mean, I'll take it.
Hundo family right there. You just need the Badoo now.
Yeah, I need the Badoo.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a shiny. I have been hunting for a good amount of time, mostly because it doesn't usually spawn out in the wild, at least not this one. Female Frillish.
Yeah.
I still need the male, but I did get a shiny female Frillish, so I'm happy about that. There's only a few... What?
Shiny female Frillish, it's been my hunt since this release.
Dude, you'll get it.
Bruh.
I'm still going to be hunting Clauncher and Finian. I think those are my two chases to tell you guys about next week. But we'll see. But Pure Lighter, let's hear all that jazz that you got.
We're going to start... Dude. Anyways. We're going to start with the Hundos because I only got one. And this was a funny one. I actually got a Hundo Bidoof.
Did you use your Master Ball?
I almost. It almost got me. I had to use all my Pokeballs first. Anyways, I actually got this out of the Daily Incense. I was like, I was just catching. That was the first thing that came up, and I was like, okay. And then I checked the ABs, and it was a Honda. I was like,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
pretty sure that that's like the very first Honda I got from a daily instance, anyways. But I don't know. It might have been the second one. I can't remember. However, they made.
Best one you could have got.
I know, right? So that's a Honda Bidoof right there. I was just walking the neighborhood. I did get a couple of shinies, so I'm actually kind of happy. We did. Oh, I guess we got a recap. Also, the very first event. I completely forgot about the Gold Research Day event that we.
Oh
did
yeah.
there. So that's another one that we had to recap. But good thing I checked my shinies when it came down to it. I did get 7 shinies from the Gold Research. 1 being a Sableye. 3 Magikars. 1 Sableye, 2 Caterpies, 1 Barboach. I did not get the Nosepass, even though I got the research, and I really wanted it. But I technically wasn't playing like the whole thing, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I did actually do a lot of stops, surprisingly. I was in downtown at the time. I did get a shiny Kabuto from Spotlight Hour last Tuesday.
Ooh.
The multi source of Spotlight Hour, Krabby Spotlight Hour, I guess. And then today I go plus a shiny Mantine. So I was like, okay, actually, I think I needed that anyways. Mostly because I don't think I... Oh, no, that was the second one I had already. Never mind. I think I need the baby form now. It's out now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I almost thought you had a Mantike when I was looking at your screen.
Yeah, no, just a Mantine. Just a Mantine. So it hasn't been too bad. I did go to Raid Hour today. No shiny Absol for me. I did a Nuxie and it ran away. So that's pretty much my experience when it comes down to everybody else was getting shiny. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll get it next week. I'll come back.
I got 4 Mesprit raids today. I don't think I had the 5th one sent into me, but it was fun to try and hunt them.
Yeah. It's interesting mostly because it's not like I'm superly going to have to literally do every single one of the remote raids for it. I still don't want to spend as much remotes. I had a couple of extra in my bag, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It was the last remote that I have now, so I'm gonna try not to spend. I don't know. However the case may be, Uxie is technically the only one that I need shiny, aside from Absol, it's only... Like, every time Absol comes back, I'm like, I need the shiny, I can't get the shiny, I get a 98, and that's all it really asks me to.
If you don't get it, I already have 2 shiny Azelf. That's one of the reasons I wasn't too into hunting it today.
Yeah.
I mean, plus I got family down, so it's like...
Yeah, I understandable, just like any other week, you know?
Yeah, I might raid it next week, but I mean, we'll see. The Lake Trio isn't too wild.
Yeah, they'll come back, and they're in the wild too, so if you really are hunting for them eventually. So it's not like it's the worst thing in the world, but I kind of still want the shiny for the shiny decks anyways. Oh well, I'll figure it out when to get one. But that being said, of course, that is technically what I did. I really didn't do Spotlight Hour, even though I got the shiny, and that was mostly because I think I clicked on the Kabuto and it was shiny. I was like, okay, I'm done. Cluncher is still a hunt for sure, and I did get, I think, 3 or 4 Sandy gas.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got 4 so far. Sandy.
Jelly.
Some of them are actually pretty good at me so far. They're all from research or raids. One of them from raid, the other ones are for research. But I'm actually kind of happy. The first one was like close to a 91, I think, when it came down to it. So it is how it is. But yeah, that's the water festival so far. The spawns are actually okay. I really like them a lot. Mm-hmm. But we also have the seasonal spawns. And oh my goodness, the amount of stuff that comes out of the seasonal spawns are crazy. We see second stage evolutions. We've seen Metagrosses. We've seen Sceptiles, Blazikens, everything that we can get. Like seriously, like the amount of like crazy spawns has been insane. Also, just to make sure that everybody in the chat is actually here, Ben, Castillo, Zach, thanks very much for coming for the stream. We really appreciate it too. But yeah, no, it's just been crazy this entire season so far. Like everybody's really, really happy with everything that's been happening anyways.
It almost feels like they almost handpicked a lot of the spawns to be good for what they're doing right now with all the quests for doing nice and great throws.
Oh yeah.
So I do appreciate that.
Well, that also reminded me that we did actually have completed the challenge, so now we have extra candy for the bonus, candy and extra large candy. So
I'll take it.
Ben has a question on the chat. It says, what level do I have to do quests to level up? What level do I have to do quests to level up? Oh, yeah, 40 and above, right? Yeah. I think what you mean is for the type of quest. Like, I'm not entirely sure the full question when it comes down to it. Yeah, I know, right?
I think Zach got it. It should be 40 and above if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's just to level up. You actually, once you reach level 40, you'll start the quest, in the individual quest for each one of the levels. So that's when things go around. Anyhow, thank you for your question. If you have any more, letting us know. We will try to answer them as much as we can. Anyway, so the Water Festival started, or at least the event of the season has started. So the Gold Research Day happened to be on Saturday, June 3rd. Yeah. I was working right before that, so I actually went out. As soon as I got out of work, I told my parents just gotta get dinner somewhere. So I stayed around downtown until it was dinner time, and I was pretty hungry too. But yeah, I was actually downtown, did many quests as I could. I did get the shinies that I mentioned already, but then Nospes, of course, eluded me once again, even though it was a boosted shiny. Everybody was like, I got so many shinies and shandos. I'm like, bruh. How about you, Chris? Did you actually play the event?
Only a tiny bit, and funny enough, I only picked up 2 quests. Because I ended up leaving work at like 4:30, and the event ended at 5. I had to drive on the highway, so I was like, by the time I actually clicked on them, I don't think they had boosted shiny odds anymore. You know what I mean?
They did. It's just that you wouldn't get like a shiny like 1 or 2. You need to really do a couple of quests there.
Well,
here and there.
I mean, like I clicked it after the event ended.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
I think the task itself still has the rate as long as you claim it, because it does have the ability to there. But I don't know. It would be kind of interesting if that was the case. Anyways, a lot of people will be using it for their advantage.
Yeah, I wasn't too hurt about missing it, but I would have definitely liked another shiny Nosepass.
Yeah,
it is a gorgeous shiny. I love that thing.
I mean, I wouldn't have mind actually getting a Shando Magikarp, but so.
Oh yeah, that's the chase.
Or even a Shando Sableye. I mean, the Shando Megas are always one of the things that you want.
Oh.
But the ones that I tried to not to do were just a lot of the I would say the ones to do the gyms and all the stuff, and that was because I was on the car and I wasn't really getting out of the car. It was really hot on a Saturday, so I was wearing literally clothes for winter, so I could not. I was not thinking that I was gonna get out of the car anyway, so I couldn't really get into gyms and all that. I guess maybe it is how it is. So that was the Gold Research Days in our experiences. I hope that everybody else has some good experiences from those events, and you got some really good shinies, shinies, handos, whatever the game is. Shandies. And then, of course, the Water Festival once again. I know we keep repeating it, but it is what the event is about. So, yeah, it's not been too bad so far. I like how things has been. The amount of frillish and clunchers you find around, it's kind of insane, actually.
Yeah. If a Clauncher wasn't shiny yet, it would have been kind of annoying, but It is a really fun hunt.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, hopefully by next week, we'll have at least one shiny each. But it's a telltale order when it comes down to it. Also, I do have 2 quests for Lapras with the bow. This hatch an egg. That's the quest for hatch an egg. So hopefully I'll hatch some eggs today while I'm sitting here. If it happens.
It's just hatch an egg?
Yeah,
dude.
Just 1 egg.
I don't even think I've seen that yet.
Yeah, I got a few already, but I haven't gotten the shiny yet. It is another hunt when it comes down to it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is simple: throw balls, nice throws, catch 15 or 25 for either Sandygast or Frelish. So, but yeah, that is the event so far and the experiences for the last few things. That'd be kinda cool. And Drowsy is here. Woo. Thank you. Drowsy asked them to be. Also, Ben, thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate it very much. Okay, so let's get into the research topics. I think we had recap enough. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything about it, please put it up with my co-host here, and he will call you when he gets the time. Chris is like,
Oh.
I'm sorry, what? With that being said, let's get into today's research topics. Chris, better first news of today. What is it?
Well, you're talking to the right guy because we're talking style. A style shop update is coming to Pokemon Go. Do you like your character in the game? Well, looks like they're trying to put more work into it, which is very interesting. Okay.
So the style shop got an overhaul this week, which I guess is one of the big things that we're going to reveal. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if they have updated those chests from the seasonal spawns thing, which we'll probably check over here. But yeah, so it's been reworked. It's a little bit better because now you don't have to scroll through actually get through all of your actual avatar stuff and everything. You can save the ones that you like. You can purchase it from the shop. I think you can purchase it in addition, like in a bulk, and then just use all the coins or money. I don't know how it would be. That don't work. There was or still is. No, there was only. There was a style shop sale at the time of release from June 1st to June 5th. So I know we're a little late on announcing this.
Oh,
But it's only like 50 coins less or something like that. It wasn't really that much. So there was a lot of things that people were still want, like the onesies, some of the like yukatas from Japan. But if we actually go into the game here and show you the style. Yeah, that's basically how it would look like. You have your feature styles, and you can look for specific ones when it comes down to it. There's a feature, sponsor, and you can choose them, put them on whenever you want to. There's poses that you can buy. A lot of people don't want to buy them anyway, so there's no difference. I think I did get the surf surf style. That's what I'm gonna keep for now. So
the shaky
style, like I'm gonna throw up kind of style. But yeah, so that's the shop. It really, I don't know if it's super exciting. I'm gonna go check the seasonal days. The seasonal page.
Yeah, it is a nice change. I don't know how many people were screaming for it, but it is a pretty change.
Yeah, there's still some glitches to it. I think some people actually try to click on the style that they want or the clothes that they want, and all of a sudden it converts into something completely different, and people are like, "What the hell?" I spent coins on this, So it's kind of interesting to say the least. It is not something that has been updated in the blog post for the season, so I don't know if this is one of the biggest features because out of 6 features, only 2, the Shadow Race in the web store, has been announced. I don't really know if this is actually another feature that they're looking into changing in Pokemon Go since it's been 7 years, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, closer to GOFest, we'll know more information. But yeah, that's the style shop. I don't know. I'm just not super hyped about it. I guess there are some people that are super hyped about it, but it's still one of those things in the end of the day. I'll give it like a kind of rating when it comes out to 10. Not even a number.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. All right. So the next piece of news is actually very exciting because we do have some more information about how GoFest 2023 is gonna shape up.
Yes.
All between the in-person events and the global events. I know a lot of people are really hyped about the global event for sure, but they put up more news, and of course, it's like the worst thing to navigate through to actually get information of what it is. So this time around, we're going to go to Pokemon Go Hub once again to actually get the latest information about the update of GoFest. So, gotta clear my throat for this one. Okay, so GoFest 2023 is around the corner, and we just received a brand new information for the global event for each respected region, including spawns, shinies, bonus rewards, and more. If you're participating in one of the IRL events or even playing globally, you still want to pay attention to the following details so you don't want to miss out on crucial information. We got you covered. Thank you very much, Go Hub. Quick reminder, of course, that London and Osaka's GoFest will be on the same weekend from the 4th to the 6th of August. New York City is going to happen from the 18th to the 20th, and the global event will happen on August 26th and 27th. Before I continue on, I want to make sure that hopefully anybody who's in the New York area right now are safe because they are being hammered by some really bad weather and respiratory system. The air in New York is really bad because of what's happening in Canada right now, the wildfires in Canada. So They're getting hammered right now with the worst weather possible right now. So stay safe. Don't inhale anything that you shouldn't, and stay indoors if you can. Anyhow, let's go back into what's going on. So the first thing that they did announce was Diancie makes its Pokemon Go debut into Pokemon Go 2020 GoFest 2023. Pokemon GoFest will have its first ever dual fairy type and dual rock and fairy type mythical Pokemon introduced from Generation 6. 6? Yeah. Diancie has the ability to Mega Ball, however, so this will be the most likely the feature for a later date. I'm excited, but we kind of knew that Diancie was going to be the feature Pokemon regardless. They always tease us, but then we know like right away anyways. Thoughts about this, Chris?
Definitely a very cool Pokemon to have. I am kind of surprised they haven't announced the Mega Evolution ability yet. But I mean, it's probably going to be a special research later on, so I can't complain.
True.
Very cool typing. I do like it.
Yeah, very powerful too. Very strong in its own meta, and I think it's gonna. If you get a really good IB one, it's probably gonna destroy the meta once it actually mega evolves, anyways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Depending on this moveset, but anyways, that really will be. Now, the more part of the news, the INC will also only be part of the ticket holder of the GoFest in all of the GoFest. So basically, you buy the ticket, you get a INC. That's basically what it's saying. But if you don't, you still have like normal things that can happen during the global GoFest. But let's go over the global details of 2023 GoFest. Bonuses to expect: lure modules activated will last for 1 hour, which is surprisingly that it will not last the entire day, but I guess they want us to use our lures. Trainers will be able to enjoy field research team around the different Pokemon habitats, so that's pretty cool. I hope that you actually recycle the stops then, because if you finish all the stops in one area on one habitat, then you don't have it for the next one. That kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, for the field research.
Yeah. If not, you're gonna have to be in like
rough.
6 different habitats for this, or 6 different places for this. That's gonna be interesting.
Like that's how we're gonna get them to rotate.
I know, right? Something that a lot of people will be excited about this is the remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 per day from Saturday, August 26th to Sunday, August 27 at 11:59 p.m. local time. I think it's 20 raid passes or remote raid passes per day. So technically you have a 40 remote chances to actually raid as much as you want for the weekend, which is still not a lot, but it is okay because most of the time you'll be out and playing anyways, right?
Yeah, it's cool. It's just annoying that they're a bit more coins too.
Yeah, no, they haven't announced anything about lowering the coins. And then take a snapshots during the event, so you never know who might show up. Okay, yeah, that's a little mystery right there.
Kecleon? No, I'm
that would be interesting, right? That would probably be
what
like
it is though,
bro. The entire world will be like, I need this. Like 6 months. But it's 6 months anyway. Global habitats and new shiny Pokemons will be releasing during this event. So we're gonna go through each habitat. I'll start with the Quartz, and you start with the next one. So Quartzterium will feature Pokemons like Pikachu, Heracross, Shellos, Easy, and Beniri. All 4 of them, including the Shellos being a brand new shiny, will be a shiny available. The next one, Chris.
Ooh, the Pyrite Sands. It's going to be another Pikachu, Trapinch, Gibble, and Joltik. All of these being shiny, Joltik being the newest shiny. Yeah.
Yes. The next one will be the Maliche Wilderness, I guess. Pikachu, Roselia, and Oranguru will be spawning from this. And, of course, Oranguru being the brand new shiny of this habitat. And then the next one, Chris.
Oh my gosh, Marine Shores. Pikachu, Meryl, Shellos West Sea, and Gumi, all of which can be shiny. So this is yet another Pokemon GoFest. They're releasing another pseudo, kind of like Dragon, shiny released before. And of course, the Shellos can be shiny as its EC form.
I'm going ham for that one.
Too.
I'm going down for that one for sure. Especially because
both of them are good.
We get, I think, the EC Shellos, or did we get the West Shellos? I don't remember.
I think we get the West C right now,
Yeah,
which the only reason I remember that is because I like the EC more usually.
true. So one thing to know, of course, each one of the habitats has a Pikachu. What
Mm-hmm.
happens to be the Pikachu is going to have be a custom Pikachu, just like any other Golfist. But each one of his hats will be different from each habitat. I think it's like the different
Ooh.
rock for each habitat. So I think in the promotional art, it has like Pikachu with wearing like a tiara, and it has like little rocks in it. I think it will be different color rocks, and of course, they can be shiny. So
It almost sounds like they got the idea from the hats in Scarlet and Violet for the terrestrialization.
I know, right? That kind of interesting when it comes down to it. But just like we mentioned, 5 new shiny Pokemon's debut on the Global Go Fest. Those being some pretty cool ones, actually. I kind of like the colors of each one of them. Um, Aside from the Shellos, but the Shellos do have some at least some darker color when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it's like get them while they can't run away because
That's
you won't notice it in the future.
That's right. But that's not all. We do have more information about the in-person GoFest. So there's also going to be some new shinies released during the types of GoFest. So London and Osaka, from of course we know this August from 4th to the 6th, will have 3 new shinies being released. One of them being Dewpider, Pelotil, and the unknown exclamation.
Oh my gosh, that's
We
my favorite one.
we gotta go to Osaka.
I would.
I know. I I wish, but it's not possible. New York is the only thing I can do. New York will actually have 2 new shinies, and Chris is excited about this, and now he needs to go to New York.
Need both of them.
Squirrel and
Go let.
thank you. Golden and Squirrel will be the brand new shinies for the New York City experience. Of course, I think it's if the other ones do start appearing in GoFest, I think you can also get them as shinies, but it will depend on
I
how it
think
works.
so.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Of course, the GoFest will be. We do know about the remote rate increase and the new unknown letters, and of course, each letter of the unknown will be shiny, but this time it will spell out diamond.
Ooh.
So that's actually, I kind of like that. I think there's a few there that I need. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I gotta check. I don't know.
Yeah. Ticket holder exclusive bonuses. So that is what it's gonna happen for the ticket holders. There is others for non-ticket holders, I think, regardless of what you do. But the following bonuses will be available for ticket holders during the GoFest Global event, on top of existing bonuses, which are available for everybody. Special research story featuring Diancie. So if you do buy the ticket, you get Diancie. Instance exclusive Pokemon encounters. Increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon. Up to 9 raid passes from fitting focus off at gyms each day. Special 7-kilometer X. Up to 6 special trades can be made each day. Level up your elite collector medal by completing Habitat Team collection challenges, and then the Global Challenge Arena, which is on Saturdays, the hourly bonuses for completing the challenges. Okay, so kind of like the same of a real in-person event. The special trades, special cakes, and everything. So it's kind of like the same if you were to actually go to an in-person. So you're not really missing out as much, but it's still kind of cool to do it with people out there that you know in the end of the day. The special instant spawns will be as follow. And it says right here, for ticket holders, the following Pokemon will attracted to instance exclusive daily adventure instance during event hours. That's pretty cool. Shiny Unknown M will make his Pokemon Go debut after appearing during the GoFest events in London, Osaka, and New York City. So each habitat will rotate once again. Quartz Aterium will have the special instance spawns of the Unknown and the Growlithe Hisuian form. What?
PvP.
PvP. There you go. Pirate Sands will have the Unknown and a Pawniard spawns. And remember, Pawniard can be shiny and it's only available to 12kx. So this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I do want to mention to people, if you do Little Cup, it is kind of uncommon to get a Pawniard under 500 CP. So I would keep an eye out for that, especially if you want to trade it to somebody who does do Little Cup.
Yeah, I know, right? The Machel 8's Wilderness will have the Unknown and Carnivine, which for us is really nothing. because we see that thing like once every other hour.
Yeah, they're taking away our trade value.
And then the Aquamarine Shores will have Anno and the Pachirisu. So, Pachirisu actually is that Pokemon that I already have from the Global GoFest back in, not the Global GoFest, but the in-person GoFest of 2019. So I have plenty. I had more before. I think I traded a few around a while back.
Getting that extra large candy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Pachirisu is actually a really strong Pokemon in PvP too, but not a lot of people can really get it because it's only available somewhere else. So that is for sure. There's also going to be a Pokemon Go Fest 2023 pre-order bonuses. In addition to the bonuses listed above, each trainer can decide if they want to improve their in-game experience in leading up to Go Fest by pre-ordering the tickets early. So be in New York or the Global, you can get them a little early, and this is what's going on. However, the cutoff times will be as follows. July 5th to unlock the special time research and rewards, including an encounter with Carbink, which is the brand new debut Pokemon that they mentioned. And then if you purchase by August 1st to unlock, once again, time research and rewards with will look like will be announced at a later time. We'll see how it goes. So you technically have to buy the ticket if you want to get some stuff happening through each one of the months before the Global GoFest or GoFest in general. Now for the in-person events, kind of what is expected. Diancie is going to be the featured Pokemon for sure, but we're also going to have Siligate and Unknown happen to be part of the event. Siligate being one of the only Pokemon that you can find in Egypt area region, and it's kind of like one of the hardest one to find. So it's really not that interesting. And Siligate, it doesn't really have that much meta, and it's not shiny available either. So it's kind of like okay.
Thanks, Pure Lighter.
You're welcome. Wait, what? What I do? Anyways, gameplay edition.
You did one for me.
Oh yeah.
Or Fern, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we got a lot of people going anyways. Which we actually know that each one of the events will have the Unknown that will spell Diamond through the whole thing. So gameplay additions to the event. Events include special research and debut of the mythical Pokemon Diancie, the Dual Pokemon. Spin Pokestops to collect event exclusive field research stacks and earn rewards. You may even encounter a Carbon. Level up your Elite Collection battle once again, and then take snapshots while you explore the park for a Chili surprise. Chili surprise, that's an interesting one. It's different from the global one, so any predictions on that in-person Chili surprise in the chat?
Chili surprise.
I can't think of anything ice live.
I don't know, Craggle shiny.
That'd be kind of cool,
I
though.
don't know.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, nothing else comes to my mind that like people would want.
I don't know.
I'm crazy, man.
I'm as just a speculator as you are when it comes down to it.
Chili surprise.
Anyways, before Drowsy actually puts me down to sleep. The bonuses for the attendees from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. during the global or the in-person events. Half hash distance for eggs placed in incubators during the event. Up to 6 special trades can be made throughout the day on your ticket, no matter where you are in the host city. So basically New York, London, or Osaka. And reduced Stardust for cost for trades. This is a big one because a lot of people will be trading a lot of things that you only have one of in other regions. Anyways, up to 9 raid passes from spinning Pokestops or photo stops at gyms, and then 2 times catch candy. So a lot of candy for everybody. That's, of course, is the additional add-on bonuses that we mentioned previously. Ray Lover, Egg Enthusiasm, Citywide Explain Play, and the t-shirt pre-order, which depending on how much you want to pay for it. London is going to have some information here. I guess we should go over it since a lot of people are going to the London experience anyways. It's starting from 9 to 7, or it's from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Roswell Park, the south of central London. And then, of course, you get to play in the park and then play in the Greater London area. We know the morning sessions and everything. Event features for the London experience: Pokemon Bus, 4 in-person real-life habitats, Pikachu and Eevee meet and greet, Pokemon merchandise, Niantic neighborhood, PvP and battleground, and then photo opportunities, giveaways, and more. So just like a lot of the like GoFest experience when it comes down to it. So it makes sense. We did discuss the shinies, but each one of them will have different habitats once again. Should we go over the habitats here, Chris? For the London habitats.
We probably. Oh yeah, I think we should actually.
Yeah.
Looking at them.
So habitats for the Dark Jungle, Heracross, Herviper, PewPie, and Bunkaboo will be happening in the London one. Chris, Fairy Garden.
Yeah. Next habitat's gonna be Fairy Garden with Cacnea, Patillo, Spritzy, and Dedenne, all of which can be shiny.
The habitats for the Hypnotic Glacier, Mr. Galarian, Mr. Mime, Snorlax, Castform Snowy, and Elgyem. Castform Snowy being one of those rare shinies out there, y'all.
Ooh, what if the Snowy's Galarian Mr. Mime?
The Chili Surprise? Chili Surprise? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Maybe. The next habitat's going to be Volcanic Island, and I know a lot of people are excited about one of the ones in here. Aerodactyl, Durskit, Lucario, and Durant. I've seen a lot of people post about the Lucario.
This is the very first time Lucario is out in the wild.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, it will be a mega eventually. But yeah, seeing this thing in the wild is insane.
Yeah. And then all habitats will also increase with Pikachu, Unknown, and Siligate, which is probably the event exclusive one. There is something, though, that we forgot to mention, I think, is the Aerodactyl will have a custom, too.
What?
Yep.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
Aerodactyl will have the little satchel for transportation. So it's like the Dragonite with the satchel, but it's going to be the Aerodactyl. So I kind of liking the team here that, Snorlax was last year's, and now it's the Aerodactyl will have this one. So it's kind of like the rarer one if you go to the event anyways. So that's pretty cool anyways. Osaka will once again be part of the Global GoFest. Same weekend, unfortunately, so you can't really go into two different ones. But I guess I kind of like it because it kind of splits the experience for a lot of people who can only go to one unless they trying to go to all three, and that's insane.
Yeah.
Sometime of the same features, same habitats, and then same habitats and everything for each one of the habitats for Osaka. So it's basically literally 1-to-1 when it comes down to it. There is the same features for the habitats and the in-person contest as London. So of course the shinies that we mentioned before will be available in the London one. And then New York, few things I think they are a little bit different. We're gonna have team launches with trivia and prizes, and then photo opportunities and more when it comes down to it. We know our shinies, but then the habitats for our New York experience is a little bit different. So we have the Poison Swamp, Scorpy, Benefit, Squirrel, and Noibat. Chris really wants this one for sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool habitat, honestly.
Yeah.
The next habitat is Cursed Treasures, Sableye, Chimeco, Yamask, and Golett. Dude, loaded.
The shinies, yeah. Then the habitat Athletic Field, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, and Makuhita. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stay away from that one.
Dude, as much as I need Hitmonchan and Hitmontop, that one seems kind of lame.
Yeah, I know, right?
The other one.
Yeah. And then
next is the habitat for Prehistoric Volcano. What? Aerodactyl, which should have the costume. Darumaka, Arkin, and Axew. Even with Axew having the Calm Day coming up, that one, dude, all of these are kind of hype except Athletic Field. I'll be real.
Yeah, no. Hunter says it's like we don't talk about the Fight Club. Yeah, no.
First rule.
Yeah. Don't talk about Fight Club. And then, of course, all habitats, Pikachu, Unknown, and Siligate will be parting of that. So it looks like things are shaping up. Of course, there are still some information that they have not released as of yet, mostly because it is getting closer and inching closer to the actual event. Specifically, the rates. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to tell us that anytime soon. At least nothing closer to maybe the end of July when it comes down to it. Just because they really want to hit us with the surprises. Ha 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 ha. Anyways. that is the new GoFest news, I guess. Interesting enough when it comes down to it. Anyhow, let's move on. Let's get into some problematic problems with Niantic's again, but it's not a bad thing. This is like what the community wants. And I may actually say, and this is actually a good response. The very first one that we're going to talk about is if it loads up. So it says right here, trainers, to address an issue where Mewtwo Shadow Race rewards did not include the Rare Candy XL bonus for in-person 5-star raids, you will receive either 10, 20, or 30 Rare Candy XL by the end of this week, based on how many Mewtwo Shadow Race you completed.
Oh.
End of the week, it's coming up in 2 days.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I didn't even check it.
Yeah, so... definitely, I think a lot of us will be getting definitely 30 for this since we did a good chunk of raids. I think we did. How many did you did? You did more than 20, right?
Yeah, I did approximately 30. I don't know the exact number, but I think I did like 32. But I don't.
Yeah. It is interesting though that it say that this was a oversight from them, but it's also because the new feature was just more hyped about the shiny. So we really only a few of us were really like completed about it until they actually mentioned this. So I'm actually kind of glad they're compensating all the trainers. We definitely could have probably gotten more, but this is a good start. Right, Chris?
Yeah. Definitely, I'll take it. I wasn't complaining about no candy extra large, like for the actual rare candy.
Right.
Because like, I mean, part of the reason was because I already had Mewtwo extra large from when they had him in raids before. But I do understand getting, feeling like you were cheated out of the candy extra large you could use on other Pokemon.
One more thing to note about this part of their announcement, or I guess their support announcement. Beginning in Hidden Gems, we have ensured the 5-star Shadow Race will have the same chances of rewards, rewarding Rare Candy XL as 5-star race. We appreciate your understanding. So at least they acknowledged it. They knew that this was a problem. Really, a lot of people were really voicing about it when it comes down to it. I knew I saw a few. But I'm glad that even kind of something like this, they actually communicated. They actually wanted to know that it is something that they oversighted, and then they're going to work on compensating everybody who did that many raids anyways. So...
yeah, I think even locally, we happened to mention it during the day to each other.
Which is, again, something that was oversighted for us either, since we were more looking for the shiny anyways, and Chris is crying too, never got it anyways. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, that's one of the responses this week, but we have another one. Chris, can you tell us what Niantic said?
Yeah, I saw this one. I didn't know about the compensation for the other one. But trainers, we have resolved a technical issue affecting the shiny appearance rate for Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf in remote raids. We apologize for this and will share details about a special raid event on the Pokemon Go blog soon. I did see their fix for this, at least momentarily, is that the impacted trainers will also be granted a remote raid pass for each one used in these raids during the affected time, plus an extra one directly in the Pokemon Go account. So every single raid you used that you tried getting that shiny, you got a raid pass as compensation, plus they tossed one up on top of it. I'll take it. I think Niantic did a really good job of compensating the people there. The only thing is, we just got to make sure they're able to use those passes on the Pokemon they want to.
Right.
And like it's not after the event ends. So
yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
It's interesting to say the least. I'm kind of glad that they're actually wanting to add a special raid event for the Pokemon for this type, because a lot of people are still looking for some of the shinies, like myself. I wasn't really gung ho about removing them anyway, so I really wasn't in particular when it comes down to getting the shinies at a time, especially the ones that I can't get from other regions. And that's really the only reason why I'm using remote raids, because it's like still expensive as hell. But regardless, it's a good compensation. I'm not sure that the wording is correct when it comes down that trainers will be granted a remote raid pass for each one used in this race during the effective time. Let's say you did like 50 raids. Actually, can you even do 50 raids at this point? I don't think you can, right?
No, it should be 5 per day. So I was thinking about it. I was like, so is somebody going to be able to hold 6 remote raid passes at a time? Because I think normally you can't, right?
Yeah, and I
So
think that
that's very interesting.
I think the feature itself for the remote raids, and this is actually something similar that happened to I think one of the global GoFest or either the Go Tour or one of them, where you can actually stack as many remote raids as you wanted to while you were claiming them. So you had like 10, 15, or 20, depending on how many you did at the time or something like that. So I think the feature's still there, but there's still the limit when it comes down to it. So let's say Uxie, Mesprin, and Absol came out on the 1st, right? And it's been 7 days. This announcement came out on the 6th. So at least 6 days. If you did all 4 or 5 of them, that's 5 times 6. That's what, 60?
Dude, if anybody gets any, if it was,
I might be
if
my
it had the shiny
my math
rate
might
for
be
that
wrong
whole
anyways.
time-
Yeah, my math might be wrong on that though, but still.
Yeah, if it had the shiny rate for 5 days, if it was wrong for 5 days, that should be 25 raids.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I'd love to see screenshots of people with 25 raid passes. Or,
Maybe 26 because
Yeah.
the extra one that they mentioned. So
that would
it's gonna be interesting when we see that. We'll. I don't think I don't think I did anything when they came out, so I really haven't. I think I did a couple of cells, I think, so I maybe have a couple extra here and there. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll talk about more when it's actually up for grabs when it comes down to it. So again, this is Niantic's way of really communicating about some problems that are happening. And I'm glad that their communication is actually growing from the last month's worth of fiascos. So, but yeah, it is what it is when it comes down to it. All right. So I think that's all the piece of news that we have. However, we still got some PvP action. Good. Correct. Here we go, Chris. Dude. Anyways, GVL has. I think we're still in the Great League Cup, right? Until June 8th at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So Great League and the Summer Cup Great League Edition. I haven't tried the Summer League Great League Edition, but I'm kind of glad that I did some battles. I did one set so far this season, so I'm ahead of the game. Cool. I know some people are already getting the elos, so I'm kind of glad. Have you played anything this season yet?
Not yet. I still need to claim my Stardust.
What?
So like I almost clicked on it and I was like, oh wait, I gotta throw a star piece before I do that.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised you actually can hold for this long. It's been what, a week since they started. So
Yeah. What I'll probably do is I'll throw a star piece on a time when I'm like catching a lot, and then I'll open it up.
community day.
Maybe.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
probably.
But yeah, so that's I'll probably start playing some of the things. We did mention that the Play Pokemon event is actually ending his cycle before Worlds. One place that I know for a fact is because BDS Chief, our good friend of the show, did mention that he will be hosting the last regional of the season. So, honored and excited to cast the final NA regional championship of the season. The meta will continue to develop and there will be some spice. Ghost spots are still available. So, yes, the final season, like the final regionals from the season, that's actually kind of insane. And it's kind of crazy because this is going to be the one that's going to include all the changes that have been from GBL this season so far. So, that's actually insane. We did see some changes in the last few regionals in other parts of the country and the world. Typically, of course, I think a lot of people were scared of Alolan Sand Slash when it came out because of how it just shapes the meta with his new moves. But we only saw one, and surprisingly, it wasn't as powerful. But I don't know. But we did have some new winners in the regions. In Milwaukee, USA, we had 4 new regional champions. Bulk 88, K-Sui 227, and then Snow Nuts 1X won those regionals in the United States. In Italy touring, we did have Paula Shaw 97, Astrid Martin, and then Jolaf Fripp. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your usernames. Sorry, guys. And in San Diego, Chile, there was one in Chile, which is actually surprising. Ice Chris, I think is how you spell it. El Chedat and Menchi Flora. And you would think that those are Spanish names, but they are Hispanic names. So I'm kind of glad when it comes down to it. And amazing wins, amazing losses, and losses, I don't know. But congratulations to anybody and anybody who's invited to Worlds. We will see your reign happening very, very soon. But yeah, that's the Play Pokemon events. And then one last thing that we want to mention in the PvP section today, and I know Chris is a little bit excited about this, is Project Zygarde is making its waves little by little. It's still not up for grabs because, again, it's in development still, since Silt Arena is still a thing until next month anyways. But Project Zygarde is making its own ways in a few things. Last night, was it? Or June 6th? Yeah, last night they did actually show some of the designs that they're working on, and they're pretty cool. Let me see if I can show it to you guys here at the monitor in the stream. But we have your trainer name, the type of tournaments you're doing, the communities you are, your profile, account settings. That interface looks insanely amazing just by looking at it. Then you have the tournaments that you're participating at, how many hours are left, how many wins and losses do you have. Bro, that looks actually solid information on an app itself. It looks like it looks like to be working on an actual app for this kind of thing, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it when it comes down to it. Another thing that they actually teased was the matchup screen. So it's a little hard to see when it comes down to it. But you basically know who you're matched up with, view the type of matchup. You can see what bracket you are, the Pokemons that you register, the Pokemons that they register when the battle starts, and what format it is and everything. Fire. Just straight fire interface. I cannot wait for Project Zygarde to come out, because this actually feels like the true way of doing PvP. Just knowing that you can enter a tournament, participate in a tournament, be able to get all that information that you need, and still, I don't know. I just feel super excited. I feel like I want to do more Pick 6, Show 3 kind of showdowns when it comes down to it, you know?
Yeah, they're definitely doing a good job with it. Yeah, it's cool to see people putting in work to try and keep the grassroots growing.
Yes, and it's going to keep on going because we have dedicated players out there. And my game just decided to start randomly going around. So hopefully I'll hatch this X before the end of the stream.
Taking a little walk.
I know, right? Yeah, I should be able to hatch one egg before then. So we'll see. But yeah, that's the cup. Or not the cup, but the updates that we have on PvP. Low key, I'm spoofing. Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of crazy.
yeah, low key.
No. But yeah, any excitement? Anything else you want to add there, Chris?
My factions team is doing a King of the Hill.
Okay.
I thought it was in Zygarde, but it may be the last little bit of Sylph that we're doing it through. I think that's the way. But I'm really happy our team is still all together right now, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna continue in Zygarde. So
heck to the yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's it.
Yes, I believe that is it for today's news and updates in Pokemon Go world. Surf's up, y'all. Anything else to add, Chris?
No. We're just waiting on more information for Pokemon GoFest. Even though it seems like they dropped everything, there's still a little more we got to find out.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I'm just excited to play.
That is true. So once again, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the podcast here on stream. If you want to check us out in our podcast services feeds, we are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, many of those places that you can leave us a review. We would greatly appreciate it. 5 stars is the best stars. And Kawabanga. Anyway, our socials: Purified Podcast at Twitter, Pure Let It Go for myself on Twitter, and then PKMN Trigger Please for Chris with a Z at the end. Anyways, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. Email us anything you want us to see. We also have our Discord. Make sure you join us. Thank you so much. And then don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. Chris surfs up, y'all. Take us away for the night.
It's your boy.
Take us away,
It's
brother.
your boy and your other boy. Chris is here. We're heading out. Hope you guys are getting your fair share of water Pokemon. Hope you guys are catching your sandy gas. Hope you guys are having fun. And we definitely hope that you guys are excited for Pokemon GOFest. We know it's going to be a good one. Even if you're just playing globally, get out there with some friends and, catch some of your favorite Pokemon. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next week where hopefully we got even more news for you. I'm pretty sure we will.
Yeah.
But yeah, see you guys then. Have a good one, guys. Peace.
Keep purifying them, surf stuff, y'all. See you guys next week.